Hi guys, here's me Anna, and we are just right here to see what actually can bring us today the binary options trading again and again in 5 bets with the one strategy and the different situations. Let's start. Here we are, and I am starting with all setups, and it's so slow. So slow begin, you're just starting to explain all of that. Candles, seconds, just indicators, dungeon channel, and you're just showing how you change all of that. A little bit boring, but I hope you are not that bored. Period's gonna be, as you know, 7. And here's gonna be second one, CCI. So out of all info I hope you know about trading, I think you do actually expect some easy, some working and some profitable strategy out of this combination with these two indicators and currency pairs. Not only one, not even one indicators. No, I can see it. There was like a 90%, but this is quite common that on Quotex we only have like 80 or 80 something because it's payout. This is just, it is. So look at that. Look how CCI quite the same as the chart that we are detecting. Look at the dungeon channel and don't forget to mind when it's tiny, like the narrow when it's white. Quite important one. And just before I even started, I want you to observe, I want you to think, I want you to have your own assumptions of what's going to be going on. And I want you not to forget that we are using 10 seconds candle. That actually matters, that actually makes the difference. So let's proceed for the first bet and results. Let's make it short because it's quite easy one. And this is the downward trend from the CCI. This is the downward trend from the candles on the chart. And this is the downward trend from the dungeon channel. Why? It was narrow. That it's gotta get a little bit more wide. So we do expect it's gonna be continuation, even growth of the tendency that we are detecting, but we already been detecting some downward trend. So we do expect nothing else can happen. Let's see. Yep, I wouldn't say this is the drastic and clear falling, and I wouldn't say that CCI in dungeon channel looking just perfectly perfect, just to prove what we are having, but that's enough for us. Even that smooth and tiny downward trend, that's enough for us just to have it as a profit, and that you actually need to know about the trading. We don't need, clear signs like the clear huge orange candles getting so downward. Even if it's a little bit more downward, that's enough for us because we are catching the tendency. That's fine. And here, again and again, all the same signs. It's going to be the upward bat just because you may see that the dungeon channel quite wide. So we expect it's going to be the continuation and even, more like growing on the tendency that we are expecting. Yep, CCI a little bit like showing us we're getting more downward than I wanted to show us, but I do expect it's gonna be some growing. Let's see that in the end because I do believe it's gonna prove me right. I just know that. And look at that CCI. That actually why in my own and personal trading, I don't use the standard actually periods quite a lot. Just because if you know how it actually working, how it perfectly working, you can choose the period that it's going to be suitable for you. It's going to give you this suitable and perfectly understandable for you exactly the signs. Because you may see, CCI now looking downward and be detecting that tendency. So it's going to be, you may actually have the another bet. It's going to be profitable still. But anyway, it was rising and CCI already was showing us we're getting downward. And in case when you're gonna enter the trade, it's gonna be just, it's gonna mislead you, that's for sure. So I hope this one is not gonna be misleading me. And I do expect we just hit it, the peak, and we are, don't give me that green candles, please. And we gonna see some downward trend, and thanks God we are just here, in playing only for 2 trends, like downward and upward, because if it's gonna be more trends or some, I don't know, some specific bets, I'm gonna be just lost in all of that assumptions, just because when it's just, black and white, it is actually easier. So all the signs, all the clear signs showing us this is the downward trend. I don't want to see any green candles, and I just want to wait what we are gonna have. And look at the downtrend channel actually. So we have like 15 seconds. Let's talk about that. And it is not quite narrow, not quite wide. It is quite stable, a little bit getting narrow, but in that case it started to be a little bit smaller, but nothing changed for us. So we were just right in time, and I think we were just in the last train, because this trend was quite short one. And how we could actually understand that, we could actually see the latest, just an upward trend. It also was quite a short one, so we were a little bit risking, but anyway, this risk gave us the profit that we are having. And we are rising, nothing special from that. And sometimes, some traders, they use more emotional reactions of the profit that they are actually having. But when you have such a simple strategy, when you have lots of experience, when you have all the clear signs that you are having, how can you be emotional about that? I am just, this is the analysis. I just count, I've been thinking about all of that, and I still already know that it's gonna be the profit one. And in some situations just like that, I started to be nervous. Of course, I started to get as nervous as I can, just because I don't like, and especially I don't like to show that I can actually lose. But still, when it started, even the downward trend, I do think it's gonna be this 40 here, just the 12 seconds, gonna be just enough not to have it as a huge downward trend. Yep, it is just smooth and tiny. Just go flat, just go more flat. And now I just told you, how can you give such emotional reactions and getting so emotional? Just being a girlish trader is complicated actually. But that's the profit. The last one, the last one. I don't know why, but I am actually glad that I'm finishing with that strategy, just because it is working and profitable. But I don't know, something wrong in my trading today, something wrong in my feelings, and I am a little bit more confused than I wanted to be. So this is 6 bets that I actually made, just was pressing, and I do count it's gonna be an upward trend. Yep, look at that. I don't like this downtrend channel, this upper green lights. I just don't like how it actually not getting wider, because if it's getting wider, even this, the upper part, it means, so we're gonna have huge, look at that. So we're gonna huge rise in, and in that case, I need that, I need that insurance that even if there are gonna be some break-in, just, I don't know why, but it may have some break-in, I still have a space, so I still have a time and space that it's not gonna ruin all the 6 bets that I'm having, because I do believe that I need it just as a profit. Look at it, it is beautiful. Now it's beautiful, and I just had it as a profit, $11,000. And that's $11,000 that I'm gonna invest in more trading and more strategies. This is the life of the trader. So we just done. And we just done and finished with quite a sum, with quite a good amount of money that actually, if you are being a trader, as I told you just before, you're gonna invest. And if you are just, I don't know, a newcomer, or if this was your dream, just, to multiply the budget that you are having, you just can withdraw and, I don't know, spend on anything you wanted. So more info, more signals, more strategies, more trading in my Telegram. I do have free channel where I post signals on a daily basis, and we can actually try and trade together. So text me, give me any feedback. I'm welcoming all of that. You know all of that. All the links below this video, just in my bio. So let's stay tuned.